Hey, good
The
morning.
Power Hour is live. KFAN.com/watch is where you can find it. It's all thanks to Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. And I should note that, hey, Rubes, this football season, Bell Bank is giving away one KFAN listener each week $1,000 to pay it forward to a charity of their choice. Just head over to KFAN.com, make the keyword contest. You'll learn more and enter today. That's KFAN.com keyword contest. I cannot talk today.
Did you just say we're giving away a listener?
Yeah, Bell Bank is giving one KFAN listener each week.
I like that idea.
Okay, got it.
I tried to ad-lib, and it worked out terribly.
Hi, Matthew. Trying to adjust my new shirt that I got here.
I like that shirt.
You like it?
Yeah.
I got it at Bill's Toggery in Shakopee, Minnesota.
Excuse me?
It's a good-looking shirt, Hawk.
Thank you. I like it. It's a Western shirt because I'm a cowboy.
Yeah, you are. That dumps a lot.
Duh.
No. Rosie, please straighten him up for me.
I can't.
I've
It's too
tried.
late.
I can't straighten him up.
I spent time with his lovely parents yesterday, and I just said to myself over and over, how did this happen?
Yeah, how did it happen?
I don't understand.
They don't understand either, do they?
No, they really don't. It was a very in-depth discussion.
I bet it was.
Yeah, a lot of regret.
A lot of drinking, too, probably, right? Rosie, these movies are officially 50 years old this year. 50 years
my.
old this year.
1974.
That's right.
Wow.
Blazing Saddles.
Well,
Yes.
My gosh.
Full confession, I stopped in to say hello to you this morning before I walked in the main studio. And what did you have on your screen?
I had Blazing Saddles. I was
One of the
watching
most
the trailer.
ingenious
Brilliant.
movies ever made. So far ahead of its time. The cast, of course, the dialogue by Mel Brooks, everything about it.
And may
The
I say,
campfire-
Rosie, it was ahead of its time, and its time has passed. You could never make that movie today.
No. Oh, no.
So it was ahead of its
Dear
time.
Lord, no.
Then there was its time,
It would
and now
be-
that time is over.
Can you imagine the
It's so
protest?
good.
Well, everyone would be protesting it because he basically offends everybody.
That was the point.
That's the point.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah. Everybody gets offended.
Yeah, it's kind of the Don Rickles of movies in terms of he doesn't
It's
care.
brilliant.
It was so well
So
done.
good. There are a few movies like that are major misses for me that I've never seen. Another movie that's 50 years old is one of those for me. Chinatown. Never saw Chinatown.
Top 10.
I've not seen it either.
Faye Dunaway, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
It is absolutely worth your time.
It's about Little Italy, right?
Brilliant.
I'm sorry.
I got it.
This is just a dumb joke.
Okay, I just was trying to run over my
Confused
head.
Rosie big time.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm trying, but it ain't
no,
working.
it's a classic Jack
That's
Nicholson
funny.
movie.
The Longest Yard, starring Burt Reynolds.
Original.
The original one. That's right, yeah.
Very well done.
50 years old this year.
Yeah. Burt plays the quarterback in prison. Yeah.
The Godfather Part 2.
As good as the first one.
Yeah, maybe better.
Yeah, maybe better.
Yeah, right.
You'll never find a better sequel, I don't think, than Godfather 2.
The Towering Inferno, which was a very, very good
That
film.
was
What's her name? George Clooney's aunt, or whatever.
Rosemary.
Yeah, Rosemary Clooney.
Right.
I believe is in that, right?
It was
Am
a
I right?
long movie, and Steve McQueen. Remember seeing it downtown somewhere at the Academy or the World,
Sex
whatever.
World?
You saw it at Sex World?
No, I didn't see it at Sex
Why would you
World.
say that,
Damn
Sus?
it.
He's
Just
trying
said
to
it.
talk.
Let the man tell his story.
And then finally, so in the same year, in February of 74, Blazing Saddles came out. In December of 74, Young Frankenstein came out.
Just another
How about
classic.
it, man?
I've seen neither of those.
Madeline Kahn.
Really, man?
No,
You've never seen
Young
Blazing
Frankenstein
Saddles?
is wonderful.
neither.
Gene
God.
Wilder.
Oh, my God.
The late Peter Boyle, who plays the
Frankenstein,
monster.
yeah.
Put on the
Frankenstein.
Oh,
It's Frankenstein.
Walk this way.
Frankenstein.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Wasn't your hump on the other
Mark.
side?
Hump.
Genius.
What hump?
Brilliant.
yeah.
So good.
Damn your
You
eyes.
need to watch. You would.
So good.
If you're going to watch one of those, I would say watch Young Frankenstein. It's
Yeah,
just.
I'm rewatching the main event of the World Series of Poker. I don't have time
man.
for Mel Brooks movies.
I'd rather
doing my
watch.
best to pass it along to the next generation. It is so well done. They don't make them like that anymore. Well, they just
So good.
don't.
And if the kids aren't around, watch Blazing Saddles because you won't believe it. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's just so good. Cory, real quick before we get into sports, this one's for you. We talk about this quite often on the Power Trip Morning Show. As a matter of fact, should you shower at night or shower in the morning? Which do you do?
Well, kind of both. I'm not a night shower like Lieber. Lieber likes to shower before he goes to bed.
Yeah.
But I almost always shower twice a day. Once before work and then once in the afternoon, either whether after the Peloton or sometimes I just don't feel like after a nap, I just don't wake up unless I reset and shower and start over.
What about you, Perry?
I certainly like to go to bed clean. I like showers at night. That being said, I would say it's more common that I do it in the morning, but I'll always, like Cory, I'll always then get up and rinse off. Like if I gotta do whatever, I need that to kind of, like you said, reset, wake up a little bit, know that I'm going out into public at least clean.
As your parents would say, right? Like act presentable or make sure you look presentable.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to clean off. Get that garbage out of you. Gross. Sauce, you shower what, once a week?
Yeah, once a week. I'm a morning shower guy.
That's really hot.
Thanks.
Roser?
Mid-morning, kind of. Well, it depends. The mornings I do this show, I will. I got to run a couple errands afterwards. I'm working out, and then I'm going to go run a couple errands, and then I will shower before I have to shower before I work with Common.
Why don't you do us a favor and shower before this show as well?
Come on, don't you say that.
Don't say that to
I think
Roser.
I'm way too early.
What about you, Zacho? Come on now.
I'm just a morning guy.
Well, here we go. Warm
Morning guy and sports boy.
morning guy and sports boy. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Start a podcast. Everybody else is.
Warm showers trigger melatonin, the hormone that regulates your circadian rhythm and helps you sleep.
Or you can take a hot shower and then actually take melatonin and then do what I did last night, which is dream that I left my phone in Howard Stern's apartment, but I didn't want to knock on the door. And Yeah. That was my melatonin messed up dream.
Oh my gosh.
I was, because I have so much respect for him.
That's why I never
the
took
guy's
that
got to
stuff
wake up
again.
in the morning. I can't. But how do I get my phone? That's my alarm.
Oh, man.
So it was just this weird panic of how do I tell Howard I have my phone in your house or your apartment?
Yeah.
That's what melatonin will do to you.
It does. That's why I quit taking it a long time ago.
I still have the dream where if you guys had like the first day of school and you whatever, I still have I cannot find my hockey bag and I'm trying to get dressed for a game.
Yeah.
It's right over here, buddy.
Wondering if
Definitely
that'll ever
work-related.
go away.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Triggers melatonin. Then your body then cools down as you dry off with a towel. The combination of the effects may enable you to get better quality sleep, which is a cornerstone of mental and physical well-being. Another benefit of showers at night is the removal of dirt, sweat, pollutants, and other substances that you accumulated throughout the day.
It does make sense.
Morning showers obviously helps you have a hygienic baseline for the day and does help you wake up. But if you had to choose one or the other,
Night.
you should do it at night. If you can, perhaps do both, which I might
just
start that tonight.
I could never show up to work without showering. I would feel like I'm just dragging ass.
Yeah.
But I do take ridiculously hot showers. So maybe that's not helping if I'm taking 9,000 degree showers at 4 o'clock in the morning. Maybe that's why I'm still dragging and just hammer energy drinks and coffee all morning.
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but taking a cold shower in the morning would be depressing. That's hideous.
Awful. Awful.
Yeah, awful.
Yeah. Isn't he on
awful.
93X?
Brilliant.
Well, give Larry a knuckle sandwich and come to work. You know what I mean?
Rosie, don't do that literally.
Yeah, don't do that.
He's just joking.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
All right, should we do the quickest fan five of all time? I actually got a couple of things we haven't talked about that I think are interesting.
Oh, Rose.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
Builders and Remodelers, thank you. The 17-year-old who shot Ricky Pierce all over the weekend has been charged with attempted murder. He also is facing assault charges with a semi-automatic firearm and attempted robbery. He could eventually be tried as an adult. They're still trying to figure that out.
Right.
When you're 17 and robbing somebody and shooting them in the chest, that's an
pretty
adult
egregious.
act.
That's radical.
Yeah.
According to PFT, again, just to clarify, his mom was correct. He was shot through the chest, but not only was he only in the hospital for, under 24 hours, didn't require surgery.
How about that? How is that possible?
Right. I'm just trying to picture where you can get shot in the chest and not hit your heart, your lung.
Right.
How do you get it? What kind of luck Plinko machine
Right.
do you play? How does that bullet get through without piercing anything significantly?
Well, watching
That's
him
crazy.
walk to the gurney very slowly.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Just a
I don't know if
badass.
he went through part of like his rib cage on the right side.
I don't know.
It seemed like
How do you miss the lung there?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He got super lucky. And again,
he really did.
How do you, if you break your arm, you might be in the hospital 24 hours, right? With surgery and recovery.
Yeah. It's shot.
And you have to sit around and wait for them to, we're going to prep you for release. How long does this take? Paperwork takes forever. Right. This dude was in the hospital for 24 hours and a bullet went through his chest.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
What a badass.
Yeah.
My guess is
that's a cowboy.
They have him on that non-football injury list where he has to miss the first 4 games. What if he would have just run out of the tunnel week 1?
Correct. Monday Night Football.
Just
play the Jets on Monday night. Yeah.
Just carry an American flag just to rub it in Rodgers' face that I got shot and I'm still playing.
That would have been
sweet.
Legendary.
The other thing I wanted to bring up, check this out. According to ProFootballTalk.com, the American Gaming Association estimates that $35 billion will be bet legally on the NFL this season.
$35 billion.
Which...
Wow.
Legally.
I brought that number up just because I don't even know what any of us would have guessed. The number is kind of irrelevant. It's just a giant number in the billions.
Right.
The key, though, is that is a 30% increase from even last season.
Are there more states that now have legalized gambling?
I believe they said it's 3 more than a year ago are now up and running. Okay. Here's another stat that's kind of crazy. Let me throw this at you here. See if anybody can get close. To their best estimate, what percentage of legal betting will be done online via apps or the websites versus in person? What is the online percentage of legalized NFL sports betting?
70%.
Oh, I'd say 80.
Yeah, it might be right. Yeah, high number. It's got to be
82. Giving them a couple numbers.
Yeah, how many people make it to the casinos? There's only so many places you can go.
Yeah, 90. I'm going to say 90.
Wow. 95.
Is it really?
95% is on the apps.
That's a lot.
Which, you hear, like locally, when you hear the casinos that are fighting sports gambling being legalized, and a lot of them that are asking for it to have it their way is basically saying, well, we want the vast majority of it in person, right? Because they want you to go to the casino. Nationally, it sounds like it's the opposite. No one's going to the casinos. No. Very little. It's 95% online.
Yeah.
So you can see why the tribes are fighting that, going, well, how do we get people in the door? Sounds like it's hard to get them in the door.
That number's only going to go up. That's true.
Right.
Yeah. Gambling whales.
Sure does.
There's nothing better.
Headlines when we come back. More with Mark Rosen and Mark Parrish. I have some Beetlejuice things to throw at you.
Who, me?
And it's crazy. Our little prep service here has some like Beetlejuice facts that I think are interesting. And one of them is exactly what I said yesterday after watching it this weekend. We'll run through that in a second after this. Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
KFAN.com/watch. Want to see what we look like while we talk radio?
Yeah, sorry about that, by the way.
Well, we do the best we can.
I shaved this week.
Well, I mean, I'm just glad you showered before the show. Like Rosie, who showers before Common.
Yeah.
Like it matters.
Well, I'm going to work out. I don't want to take another shower.
Well, for a long time, that was one of the reasons I didn't shower in the morning. I was just going to practice, so I wouldn't shower necessarily in the morning. And then obviously with the games, I think that's where Lieber, a lot of us professional athletes, we just get in to a habit of going to bed. Routine, that's a better word. Thank you, Rosie. Of going to bed clean. And like I can feel like now, like in the summer, if there's any sunblock or mosquito, bug spray, anything like that, I'll have trouble sleeping.
Wash it off.
Yeah.
Button bar.
Button bar.
Of course. Well, it's been at least 10 minutes.
All right, shall we?
Yeah.
I did my job today.
Now it's time for Headlines.
Headlines brought to you by my friends at Wolf River Electric. You can go solar.
Yeah.
Get solar panels put on with Wolf River Electric. Those
That's
guys
radical.
are super nice.
Rosie.
And mine have been up for over 2 weeks now.
That's radical.
I know, it is
don't think
radical.
it
Yeah, it is.
Well, I'm an environmentalist, Rosie. You know.
Wallish to me, but
Rosie.
you're green.
I'm very green.
Whoa.
All right, so here's some...
Can I stop you for a second?
Sure.
I just had a memory of something I haven't thought of since I was a little boy.
What's that?
When I was in like elementary school, if you were afraid to hold hands with a girl or give them a smooch, we said, you're green.
Really?
Yeah.
What does it even...
Never heard that.
I had
don't
never
know,
heard that.
like-
An Indiana thing?
Yeah, I guess so. I hope it
You're
wasn't
green?
racist. I don't know what that meant. Why would we
don't
say
either.
that to each other?
I don't know.
Weird.
And we knew what it meant, all of us.
Huh.
Anyway, back to you.
Okay.
So Beetlejuice is now up to
don't do it again.
83% on Rotten Tomatoes. 83 is
All right,
a
we'll
nice
take it.
little surprise. We'll take that. I told these guys, Rosie, yesterday that I watched the original over the weekend. I've seen it 50 times, but my 10-year-old Harper had never seen it. She wants to see the new one, so we're like, let's watch it. Again, there's a couple of F-bombs in it, but she lives with Angie.
Yeah, her mom.
So she's used to it.
Yeah.
Right.
But what I realized when I watched the movie for the 51st time, I'm like, man, Beetlejuice is barely in the movie. It's just, it's kind of striking when I was waiting for the kid to see her reaction to when Beetlejuice is actually on the screen. He's barely in the movie. So here's 10 facts about Beetlejuice that you might not know, and one of them, unbelievably, is exactly what I just said. First of all, it won the Oscar for Best Makeup in '89. Angelica Houston was originally supposed to be Delia, but they eventually gave it to Catherine O'Hara. They almost called the movie Scared Sheetless.
Oh, God.
Funny.
Yeah,
But because the Warner Brothers execs didn't like the name Beetlejuice, so Tim Burton apparently jokingly said that, but they went with Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice itself is a star that's in the Orion constellation. The guy who plays Otho died in 2010, and they played Harry Belafonte's Deo at his funeral.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, man.
That's kind of cool.
That's on rails.
This one we have talked about before. In 1990, there was development for a sequel called Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian.
Oh, my God.
But Tim Burton was too busy with Batman Returns, so it didn't go anywhere.
Oh,
that
thank God.
would have been a disaster.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Tim Burton originally wanted Sammy Davis Jr. to play Beetlejuice.
Wow.
But then David Geffen was the one who eventually suggested Michael Keaton to Tim Burton.
Wow.
Some of the actresses that turned down the role of Lydia, which was eventually Winona Ryder,
Yeah.
Sarah Jessica Parker, Jennifer Connelly, Molly Ringwald, Brooke Shields, and Diane Lane.
I can see pretty much any of those playing that
Yep.
role. Yeah.
But here's, last but not least, exactly what I noticed over the weekend. 92-minute movie, Beetlejuice is only on the screen for 17 and a half minutes.
Wow.
It felt like less.
Wonder how
It's
this one's going to
crazy.
compare.
He's barely in the first one, but he's just so good, it doesn't matter. Every scene, you're like, God, this bit, it's awesome. That joke's funny. The wedding scene's classic. He's just awesome.
Yeah. Well, it's the first kind of early fall, late summer blockbuster that's coming out. I was looking at the Times next door here at the West End, and they have a ton of them on Friday, tomorrow. So they're expecting some big crowds for the opening.
Yeah, I'm planning on seeing it this weekend.
Yeah, it should be great.
Are you going to see it, Hogs?
Oh, hell yeah, man. I would go, if there's I'm sure some theater will be showing it on Thursday night. I'll go as soon as possible.
I said, yeah, it's Friday.
Yeah.
Maybe it's tomorrow. I'm sorry. I mean, I got to.
Well, sometimes they do
open on
7 o'clock.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this one over here across the street does all the time.
Right.
Yep. Altoids sours are returning after being discontinued 14 years ago. I don't remember those.
I remember
I
those,
love
yeah.
sours, so I would definitely try those.
I remember those. Those were pretty good.
Is that right?
Hell of a breakdown.
I wonder why they were discontinued then. Just not selling well enough?
Because they were only pretty good.
Yeah, they were only pretty good.
Right.
Genius.
On Tuesday, the city of Phoenix, Arizona hit 100 degrees for how many straight days? Shattering their own record that they set back in 1993.
60.
That's a lot. It could be true. I'd say half that. That's still a lot.
30 straight? You're going 30
I'm going to
straight
go
days?
40.
40?
I saw it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
In 1993, it went 76 days in a row.
My
Cow.
On Tuesday, Phoenix hit 100 degrees for the 100th straight day.
God.
Rosie.
Ridiculous.
100
that's
straight
hideous.
days of 100 degrees.
I'm just
I don't get it.
I cannot live there.
I can't live there either.
No.
Can't do it.
You can't use the old, it's a dry heat.
No, that's too much.
Hot is hot.
Hot bar.
Amen, brother.
But
Costco's
How you
first
feel?
membership price hike in 7 years went into effect. The basic plan now costs $5 more. The executive one went up by 10.
not surprising.
But that's over a year.
It's been
I mean,
a
who
long
cares?
time since they've hiked the rates too. So
Yeah, but I mean, $5
that's-
over 12 months. So how much a month did it go up? Just ballpark it. I don't even need the exact amount.
Wait, it went up $5.
Yep. Just even get close.
44 cents.
Close enough, yep.
yeah,
Look at you, math man.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
Sports
close
plays
enough.
math man.
I just didn't want you to say $4.
No, I'm not.
You know what I mean?
Strangely enough, summer of 2020.
You're an idiot.
Oh,
The summer of 2024 finished just a couple of tenths of a degree cooler than normal.
Fantastic.
bad.
Didn't
out
feel
here
like
in
it.
the Twin Cities. Keep in mind that the meteorological and climatological is a 30-year average of 90. Anyway, it was cooler. Coolest summer in 9 years.
Here?
Yeah.
By a tenth of whatever, though?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's not bad.
Great summer. We got a lot of rain, but
Perfect.
this greened
Lot of rain.
everything up.
A lot
man.
of rain.
Yeah. But
I'll take it.
here we are.
Here's a new one. Check this out, Rosie. A 44-year-old Greek woman intentionally set some fires, which
Yeah, man.
I think I've said in the last
Let's
couple
go,
months. I understand it. The idea of
You need help.
just dabbling in arson sounds fun, as long as nobody gets hurt.
You need help.
But I just want to
Sounds
feel what
fun.
it feels like to burn down a house. I think that'd be cool. But check this out.
Weird, man.
Odd thing to.
She did it for a different reason.
Horniness.
A 44-year-old Greek woman intentionally set fires because she enjoyed watching the firefighters and flirting with them.
Hot is
yeah.
hot.
Yeah,
Ball
hot as
your
hot.
hands up.
Got that right.
Well,
Woodhawk.
Why do I call on you? I mean, it's going to be Woodhawk.
Yeah, right.
The answer's going to be yes. She's 44 and likes firemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got the fire down below.
she likes Saganaki.
Yeah.
What? Saganaki. It's the flaming cheese.
Amen. I've had that.
But
I don't know how we're...
Not what I heard when you first said it at all.
I don't know how we're going to use Saganaki, the flaming cheese, but that is going to be on the button bar.
It's a Greek thing. It's wonderful. It's a great appetizer.
Sure.
And I could just see her right now, kind of that look.
What?
And she said, instead of making Saganaki, I'm going to burn down this house to attract some firemen.
Bun bar. Bun bar.
That's not even a bun bar. That's like a full sentence.
That was a full sentence.
It's a plot to a movie.
What am I going to cut?
I know. Yeah.
There should be a band named Saganaki, the
Saganaki.
Flaming Cheese.
Yeah.
It should
By the
be.
end of the day.
Well, maybe there will be. Here to help.
Americans are packing up and moving at our lowest rate in decades. In the 1960s, the moving rate was about 20%. Now it's less than 9%. People just aren't moving.
Where are you going to go?
I mean, and home prices are ridiculous. So
tell you, man.
stay
Well,
put.
the rates come down.
They might not be moving, but they're building houses for God's
They
sake.
sure are.
they're
Oh, my
building
God.
everything.
Apartment buildings.
Which is good. Don't get me wrong. I love it, man. I keep putting people to work, but I can't
Yeah.
believe it, man.
Do you guys remember when
Nope.
this... They bought this and they started calling it the West End, and we were the only ones here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else is going to happen here?
Correct.
What's
Yeah,
going
remember,
on here?
across the street here, it was an old fitness center with the tennis courts.
Yep.
Remember?
Yeah, North Star tennis courts. I
Is that
played
what that
there
was
quite a
called?
bit.
Yeah? Were you good?
Part of the part of the Northwest Racket Club memberships before it turned into Lifetime.
Oh, no kidding.
Marvin Harv owned Northwest Racket Club, which is across the street, which is now Lifetime, and one of the other smaller versions of it was basically more of just a tennis court. It didn't have a lot of else to offer. It was right here. It was North Star tennis courts.
Do you know I played tennis in high school at Chisago Lakes, but had to quit because they tagged me with a really unfortunate nickname?
What was it? Oh, no. What
No.
was it?
Saganaki, the Flaming Cheese.
Oh boy, there'll be a band by the end of that name by the end of the day, and you're gonna.
I had to
thank
quit
me
getting it
for
on for 2 months because I had the flaming cheese.
Oh, my God. You did, though.
No, I didn't. It was a joke.
No.
Not a good one, even.
I don't have the context for this, but apparently the moon is going to have a song broadcast from it.
Yeah.
What song?
Not sure, but
She sleeps alone tonight.
can you imagine?
That'd be great.
Well, it will have all been worth it if that's the case, right?
Yeah, right?
So I'm not sure what song it is, Rosie, but anybody want to take a shot at the band that will have the first song ever broadcast from the moon?
Which
Now-
side?
Right. I would say Dark
has to
Side of
be
the Moon
Pink
for
Floyd.
Pink Floyd
That
is
would
the
be
logical
too
answer.
easy.
Yeah.
Is it?
Floyd?
Is it? Is
No, probably not.
it? It has to be.
REM.
It is. It's Pink Floyd, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Right. Man on the Moon makes sense.
Right.
REM, another
Yeah.
fine guess.
What a
Thank
great
you.
song. My God. God, I miss playing music on this show.
Is it Elton John's song?
Which one?
Rocket Man?
I guess that's why they call it the blues.
How about Sinatra? Fly me to the moon.
What about you two?
Which one?
Me and Cory?
Ground Control.
What
to
about
Major Tom.
what about Two Live Crew?
What
Be
about
So
Reese's
Horny.
Butterfinger Cower Patch?
Yeah, Cower Patch.
Sour Patch.
He had that too.
Colin Coward's pumpkin patch that he owns. Don't know what song, but the band will be Imagine Dragons.
That's unfortunate.
They're
I'm
still a
surprised you
thing.
don't like them.
I like them, but
They're still a
They're
thing.
kind of crispy, but man, what a band.
if you're going to do a song from the moon,
Yeah.
How can it not be Pink Floyd?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Nothing
can it not
against
be?
Imagine
I mean,
Dragons.
it's the easiest, most obvious answer of all time.
Or David Bowie.
Side of the moon. Yeah, Ziggy.
Yeah, or
right?
that. Yeah.
Good.
Like if
Oh,
they
God.
said
It's never good when he starts
he stops
smiling. He starts smiling before his sentence
What's
starts.
left of his
Where is
brain
this
puts
going
up
to go?
the yield sign.
It's what were you going to say now?
me,
Yeah, you were going to say something, and then you
on,
started
Krusty.
smiling.
Give it
it's
to me,
like-
sports boy.
It's like what?
if they were gonna
Sports boy.
if they were gonna play a song like about I don't know Mars, and they were like, "What song should we play from Mars?" And it wasn't 30 Seconds to Mars. That would be odd. That's all.
Chewed on the
That
line.
made you smile.
Going to
Well, I
Mars.
couldn't think of anything funny. All right, you don't have to come down on me that hard.
that's hot.
That's weird.
Rosie, they're saying now that after the pandemic, a lot of people have been slow to go back to the office. Some people just never went back to the office.
Correct.
So they said a new study has found that rush hour is evolving, and there's good news and bad news. The good news is the pre-9 o'clock, quote, rush nationwide is not nearly as bad as it was before the pandemic, right? Because some people are never going
Right.
back to work, so by definition, those people aren't
I would
on the
agree with
roads
that.
as much.
Yep.
The bad news is the way that people are commuting and when they are commuting now has essentially created a mini rush hour all day long.
I would agree with that, especially going downtown.
Yep.
And once again, there's nothing worse. Or maybe it was just during the state fair that I noticed it. Didn't matter what time of day. You know what I'm talking about, the 394 to 94.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Lane.
Hate it.
I've
It's
never
terrible.
seen anything like
Dumbest
it.
thing of all time.
It is.
How has nobody solved it?
I don't know. I mean,
There must be other things more important. That's all.
yeah.
Get rid of Dunwoody.
But 494 with all the construction going on. Dunwoody
Zach's
would be-
right. That whole thing's got to be torn down.
Just just tear it down.
Let's like teleport it. That whole we got to get rid of Dunwoody and make it like a 6-lane highway.
Ah, man.
It's the worst piece of engineering in the
It
Twin
is.
Cities.
The
It
most
makes
aggravating
no
I used to
thing.
think
sense.
Crosstown used to be the worst. and
More
this
than
has
just the
topped
Twin
it.
Cities.
Yeah.
That is just a
I
frustrating
just look at it and go, what are these people doing? I thank God I don't have to take it.
I hope it's one person. I hope it's one person that designed
You
it.
guys are the worst.
And
you
that
are
person,
the worst.
That person on their deathbed just like,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Because
Yeah.
that
Somebody
guy or gal knows they
somebody had to
screwed it up so big.
green light it. I don't know.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
terrible.
Anyway,
so the
yeah,
report.
there-
This isn't just the Twin Cities. This is nationwide. The
Marco.
report found that the midday rush hour is worse than ever. That almost as many cars now are on the road at noon. That used to be at 9 a.m. or
Interesting.
5 p.m. Everybody's just driving during the middle of the day
Well, good for
to get
Common.
wherever they're going.
Yeah. Good for common.
So rush hour never going to be quite the same, apparently, according to this study.
You never know it around here.
Can I,
sometimes.
before you go on the next thing, can I do a payoff of something? real
Sure.
quick?
Please do.
Mario emails in and answers a lifelong question I've had. When I was a kid, he says, the adults used to call each other greenhorns if we were new at something or young and inexperienced.
Right.
I've never heard that phrase
I've
either.
heard that. A
Okay,
greenhorn.
that's it. And I guess
Yeah.
that's where we got it.
But not wanting to hold a girl's hand?
Yeah, because we were young and inexperienced.
Oh.
Unlike me.
We just called that cooties.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, we couldn't because we had actual cooties. So we didn't want anybody to get confused.
Bashful.
This might be a good idea for us in the future to raise some money.
Kiss
Although charity, don't love it. A bowling team in Kentucky set a new world record and raised money for a charity, a cancer charity at the same time. 4 bowlers bowled for 24 hours.
Oh, my gosh.
How many strikes did the 4 of them throw in a
We
day?
don't know how good they were.
Is that how they raised money? It was based
Good
on how many strikes they
question.
bowled? They bowled.
Yeah,
they bowled.
maybe it was, per strike or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's 4 people. I don't know if it's guys, gals, doesn't matter. They're 4 bowlers, though. 4 bowlers, 24 hours. How many strikes did they throw? This is basically just a math challenge. Let's see if you can get close based on estimating and multiplying.
200.
Oh, man.
200.
My brain hurts.
I'm thinking like 100 each.
Okay, fine.
Like 400.
1,400.
1,400?
Fine.
700. That's what I was just saying.
70.
How many strikes do you think one bowler could throw in an hour?
Well, how many games?
Let's work this out together.
How many
even though
games
I'm looking
could
at
you
the
play an
answer.
hour?
Well, it depends how
Forget
good the
games,
bowler is.
It's just how many strikes. Let's say exactly how many strikes could you throw in 1 hour?
I mean, it was
7?
7.
10?
28.
Yeah. 15?
I don't know. Depends on, again, it depends
Somebody
on.
give him a vitamin.
Yeah, I love the amount of numbers that
I watched Chris turn into a terrific bowler.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I told you I could be really good at it if I tried.
Good.
Yeah.
30. One every other minute.
They threw a combined 2,032 strikes in 24 hours.
What? Yeah.
Well, they're good bowlers.
And
What?
my guess is
What?
they're not taking their
What?
sweet ass time, right? They're just
Right.
chucking and ducking.
Yeah, Hawk did
They're
that.
doing the Big Lebowski bit.
Yeah.
Hot is hot.
Wow, Rosie.
And last but not least, out of me at least, you probably saw this, but this is a comment on our society in about 6 different ways. There's a new podcast.
Of course, there's every minute.
Haley Welch, who is the Hawk Tua girl, has her podcast premiering next Tuesday. It is on Jake Paul's media company, Better. Mm-hmm. They are producing the podcast. It will be called... No.
aggressive.
God, nobody laughs harder at the bottom bar than Sauce.
I got him. I got him.
I didn't even hear it.
You know, Sauce could have gone to Nate Bargatze, but didn't. Just decided to go home. You would have laughed harder at the button bar than you would have at Bargatze.
That got me. Hawk's funny.
Her talk show will not be called Hawk Tua. It will be called Talk Tua.
Oh, my God.
And it starts next Tuesday.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your
Oh,
attention?
no.
They just gave her $300 million.
No, they didn't. Yay.
I mean,
Wow.
I made that part up, but that sounds possible.
Who did?
I don't know.
She's making a point of like going around talking about all the good things. I got to be careful.
All the good things.
All the positive things that she's doing for our world or something. I mean, that's the impression I get from her, that she's being very normal in her interviews and her conversations.
I'll give her credit, though. She's not a bad interview. She's kind
Yes,
of
yeah, that's
she's
what I'm
kind
saying.
of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
So-
not.
Maybe just that viral moment just was just a small glimpse at,
What a
she
world.
is kind of fearless and says whatever she wants.
Right.
I think it's an unbelievable case study in, viral
100%.
virality. How do you even
It
pronounce that
literally
word?
could have been anybody.
And then pouncing on an opportunity, because she has turned one line into now
Good
it's
for
going to
her.
be millions of dollars, millions.
I would
When this is
think
all
so.
said and done, it's going to be millions.
It was a man on the street interview, wasn't it?
And she just
It was, yeah.
she says Hawk Tua, and her life is now going to be set.
Correct.
Wonder what her life was going to be like if she had not said that 2-word phrase.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Correct.
Butterfly effect.
Let that be a lesson for all.
There's a teaser for the podcast where Haley tells all of her haters that she's not going anywhere and she's, quote, just getting started.
Okay. Well, get over here.
She also went viral again recently because Whitney Cummings has a podcast, and apparently that's also going to be Haley's first guest on the new
Oh, boy.
podcast. is
That
Whitney
could be
Cummings.
interesting.
But when she was on Whitney's podcast, she went semi-viral because Whitney asked her about advice in terms of dating and dating the wrong men, and this is true. Hawk to a girl, Haley said, quote, "What's good for the whole is not always good for the soul." And now there's a giant push to get that trademarked, and maybe that's her next catchphrase, and blah, 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 blah. Either way,
Rosie,
she's
don't
just
look at me.
printing money.
How old is she? Like 20 something?
She's like in her, I don't know,
Mid-20s.
Mid-20s, who knows?
Well, her parents should be proud, and she's making a lot of money. Good for her.
Yeah.
Oh, Rosie's in.
This podcast is going to win every iHeartRadio award, and she's not even going to be on the iHeartRadio network.
That's right.
She will
9
win
to noon is going to play a lot of that on their show.
Talk Tua.
That's nice.
Talk Tua.
Well, that's a woman's viewpoint.
Oh,
It will be a woman's viewpoint, Rosie. Yes, that was the point.
Quarterback for Miami. It opened up a whole
Sometimes, Rosie, when I don't see you in my peripheral vision, I can't tell if it's you or the button bar.
It doesn't matter.
This is way more than 15 minutes of fame, right?
Yeah.
She's going to be around for a while.
She's capitalizing big time.
Yeah.
That's the part I admire, but man, what a weird society we live in.
Very weird.
By the day.
Yeah. I mean, if you're handed a lottery ticket, you don't rip it up, and she's not.
No.
She's not. Well, I'm just going to fade off and just go back to my regular life. Take advantage of it.
Why not?
She's got all these super cool opportunities, and
Beats working.
Good for her.
100%. Every
Be
job
so
she's going to
hard.
have now is going to be fun,
Yeah.
as opposed to whatever she was going to do. All right. Anyway,
She seems to be pretty grounded.
I don't know. She's kind
there
of
for
clever.
one
I don't
reason,
know.
one reason only.
We'll see if it lasts.
Yeah.
And end scene.
And scene. Yeah, there you go.
But I want to hit it one more time.
She's there for one reason only.
Whoa, Rosie.
What's that, Rosie?
To make America great again.
Oh, well, my gosh. There you go.
Wow.
Okay.
The amount of groups you somehow just pissed off is infinite.
In her own way.
Yeah, of course, whatever. Everybody be cool.
So you're pro Haley, right?
Yes.
Jeez.
You don't have to
Was it
whisper it.
creepy?
Yes.
Well, I admire her for just taking advantage of this without being creepy about it.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I mean, she truly, I haven't studied her personality, but the interviews I've seen with her, she's been really normal. They just kind of, don't look at me that way.
Don't look at me that way.
Sauce, if Rosie started a podcast on Tuesday on Jake Paul's media company, Better, and their network, what would it be called?
What would Rosie's podcast be called? On Jake Paul's thing? It would be called Rosie Tua.
Rosie Tua.
Oh, God.
I couldn't think of anything.
We noticed.
You say something there, Zach?
I got some ideas.
Go. Please don't. Rosie here for my boys.
Oh, my God.
Jeff, look at this thing.
I like that one.
That's not
More of a
bad.
visual show.
Take over, Hawk. I don't know if there's.
Do you have any more, Hawk?
Jeff. Poor pair of panties.
Oh, my God.
It opened up a whole.
Oh, my God.
Listen, Jeff's all excited. I'm betting on him for initials on Friday. Speaking of wagering, that whole.
Yeah, interesting
Oh, my
matchup.
God.
Well,
we talked about it yesterday.
It is the sleds matchup. I
It
truly
really
think any
is.
of the four of them
Yeah.
can win.
Darling.
Matt Minster,
My God.
Tommy Olson, Lawyer Lambert, and Mike Grimm.
It's
Yeah.
all he talked about up
Good
north.
for him.
Yeah,
he
we
deserves
talked
it.
about
And
it
when
yesterday.
I walked into the house on Thursday when we got there, he has the scorecard right next to
Oh,
a
yeah.
picture of Rosie.
That whole-
right when you walk in.
I saw that right away. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
said
is-
it's the third most proud moment of his entire life.
And I mean,
Kelly, Dov, and initials.
I mean, he has a chance.
He
He absolutely has a
playing?
chance.
That whole.
Who did he beat again in round one? That was like,
Me?
oh, yeah, that's right. It was
You.
But he's also in this group, and I
He
don't
could
care.
win.
He's the smartest one in the group.
Yeah, you'll get it.
Butler.
What kind of a moment will it be for you in a couple of weeks if the finals are something like AJ, Tom Pelissero, and your dad? Yeah.
It'd be great.
That would trip you out
That
a little bit,
whole-
right? That your dad's in the finals.
Yeah, and hockey would be pumped for my
Right.
dad.
And what's your record in the tournament? 0-3?
Yeah, I haven't won yet. Yeah. Yeah, pretty good for a guy.
Parrish
that
put up a
is-
fight for a second last week.
Yeah, I'm
You
just
were in
not
it.
good at it, man. I fall apart.
Anyway, so that's Friday. Yeah, Lawyer Lambert, Matt Minster, Tommy
Yeah.
Olson, and Mike Grimm. I like all four people. I will be happy if all four people win. Mm-hmm. But I got to go with Tommy because I just want to see what he does.
Yes, correct.
If he
wins?
punches his ticket to
That
the
would be
finals.
great.
Oh.
I don't even think he would care if he gets smoked in the finals.
No.
Just having him get there would be worth
Yes.
everything that he brings to the table. So, no offense to the other three. I like all three of them a lot. I'm cheering for Tommy on Friday. I want to see that Selly.
What about Hawk's lover?
Sure. I'll be happy if he wins. I'll be happy if Grimm wins. I'll be happy if Matt wins.
There's no bad guy in this group.
But Tommy's my guy. I want to see what he does. He might explode.
That whole.
I did it. One of the greatest celebrations of all
It
time.
was so good.
It opened up a whole.
Sure did.
Ick.
What do we have? 73,000?
That sounds right, sure.
Man,
Yeah.
I love it.
Right.
God, that's getting crazy.
Let's go, man.
That's
I've been itching for that to get to six figures since we started.
Same.
That's not why you're itching, buddy.
Get bit by a scorpion at the Venetian. There's a lot of
too late.
callbacks.
By the way, what's your name? Mark Rosen?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Mark.
Oh, yeah. It's either way.
Yeah, either one. The Professional Women's Hockey League has appointed a new general manager for its team in Minnesota. Did you see that?
Who is it? I did not
Melissa
see-
Caruso.
Oh, nice.
Let's see. St. Paul native spent 15 years working for the AHL.
Yeah.
Most recently as vice president of hockey operations and governance.
Well, hopefully they
That's
get
awesome.
some. They
That's
can
awesome.
stabilize
Good
things
for
over
her.
there.
Yeah.
after
Yeah,
kind of a
exactly.
chaotic
For-
end to a championship season.
Yeah, it was a very chaotic is a good term for it.
That's how you get paid the big bucks.
And they got Stacy Carosi from the Malibu Sands, which is a super cool
Really?
name for a
Yeah.
team. So
That
I
is.
don't know what league that is, but
I didn't know
that is pretty sweet.
Is that breaking news?
Sands.
The Malibu Sands. Stacy Carosi. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet.
I guess her dad was a big deal too.
Yeah.
Huh.
That was like in the 90s though, but I have no idea what I'm talking about, Parrish. Not a hocky person.
Yeah, no worries.
Parrish, we'll see you Friday. You going to come in and cheer him on or what?
absolutely. I'll be here. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun. Whole bunch of good people, good guys around all this
on.
Friday.
Let's go.
Rosie, enjoy the weekend. I know you got to do comment show, but we'll see you in a week.
Well, less
See you
than that.
Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely. Go Vikings.
Enjoy your shower, Rosie.
I will.
Speaking of Tommy Olsen, we'll see him, I assume, tomorrow. Who knows? You never know if he's got big boy job or not, but we assume he's going to be back. Fargo Flash, Ben Lieber, Parker Fox. We'll talk Gopher football tomorrow, and we'll do some other nonsense. 5:30 to 9 tomorrow, 9 to noon next.
Everyone have a wonderful day.
You too, Abba Dabba. Love you.